Hey guys, it's Joette with Balloon Coach, and today, as I record this training, it's September 14th, 2022, and I love having so many people on live with me tonight to have some conversation and interaction to learn about this topic. And for those of you who are watching it as a replay, you'll find notes underneath this replay, and in just a second, those of you who are on live with me, I will give you the notes for tonight. But what I wanted to let you know is that Balloon Coach has been around for 7 years now. We started in 2015 to provide online services for the balloon industry to help you have the resources that I wish I would have had back in 2003 when I started in the balloon industry. So in addition to tonight's training, I've done a few other ones that I've been putting up on my YouTube channel or also posting into my Facebook groups. And then we've got another class that will be coming up on Tuesday, the 20th, on how to decide on the right price for your balloon decor, like how to price for profit. So many times people have a hard time with that. So I want to let you know tonight we're not going through the actual formulas of pricing for profit. We will be doing that on September 20th. And then on the 21st, we're going to talk about what color is this, where to buy professional balloons, and the other items that you need to create on-trend designs. And so many times we're trying to figure out what a color is and what a brand is. And I'm going to help give you resources to be able to figure those things out and ways to talk to your clients to not feel like you have to double and triple stuff on everything. And then the last of the 7 free classes for September will happen on the 25th of September about time management, on how to select and time block to be able to put the most important activities into your day and to take things one step at a time. So I want to make sure you guys know that there's some other cool stuff coming down the road. So what we're getting ready to talk about is when to offer classic decor to gain new clients. So what happens is I want you to increase your sales. If you're in a situation where you're not making as much money as you want to yet, there's a couple of things we can do. One is we can increase our prices a bit so that we can become more profitable. But number 2 is to increase our sales and get more clients to say yes. So tonight we're going to talk to you about how to educate your clients and the difference in on pricing. You know, sometimes we've got those people with those champagne budgets, with those over the top luxury organics they want, but they have more of a beer budget. So sometimes they may need to go with classic decor or some streamlined organics rather than that big, bold, beautiful photo that they sent you. And then we're going to talk about when is the right time to share with people the designs that are more budget friendly and how to help close that sale. So if that's what you were looking for, you're in the right place. So I'm Joette Giardina. For those of you that I have not met yet in the past, online or in person, I have been in the balloon industry full time since 2003. I purchased a balloon company called Party People and then changed the name to Party People Celebration Company. I specialized in balloon decor, fabric decor. Over the years, I also got some uplighting. And then I started teaching in the balloon industry after I won some awards at Float. I had helped some other friends win awards at World Balloon Convention and other floats. And then I went ahead and won a few myself, and then was asked to teach on marketing and also on foam core, because I was doing a lot of decor with actual, not foam core, but real foam, where we then did the glitter and the accents and all that stuff for fun centerpieces. And then after teaching, so many people kept coming and asking me, Joette, how do you keep growing your business? How are you getting more people to buy from you? How are you increasing your sales? And because I had so many people ask me that, my husband said I had to get paid for my information from helping other people make money. And in the end of 2014, a local company came and asked me to buy my company. And so in 2015, I sold my company. I invested that money from selling the company to become Balloon Coach. And I am still have my fingers a little bit on Party People by helping them a teeny bit with marketing, but pretty much I am no longer an active part of that company, just more of a consultant, which is really exciting. But I got to hang out with him through like the COVID time where we were actually working together and being his marketing manager, which was really fun to see somebody else take control of the business and buying multiple businesses. So I've got some really cool experience from being a home-based business with a warehouse in my backyard to being able to work with an over $600,000 a year business and a team after I was purchased by another company. So that's just a little bit about me, so you kind of know where some of my background comes from, so that when I'm talking to you about this, I'm not just, pulling something out of the air, but I'm actually sharing information that I know works from my experience in sales and helping other balloon professionals and increasing their sales over the last 7 years. So for any of you that happen to be my Balloon Boss Mastermind members or have been on another training with me in the past, you know that I absolutely love to give you guys access to templates. And so what I have is I have a template link here, and I was just making sure that I copied the right one. I'm going to put it in the chat, and this way you guys actually have the notes, everyone in meeting. All right, so now with these notes, you're going to be able to use this later on to be able to write on it or refer back to it if you don't remember everything that I say. So yes, I do record my classes, and I will put the recording up for everyone in my BalloonCoach YouTube channel, and then I also put it up in BalloonCoach Community and Balloon Business Startup. So yes, everything with BalloonCoach other than my strategy sessions are recorded. So great question. Somebody sent that to me privately. So there you go. All right. So question real quick. Is there anybody here that's on tonight that has had somebody call them or send them a message and have some kind of over-the-top balloon decor and then be shocked by the price you quoted? You can open up the mic and say yes, or you can type it into the chat. Has anybody ever been shocked and think that your prices are high when you've given them a quote for something that they sent you?
Yes.
Yay, thank you for opening up your mic.
Yes.
Yes. And absolutely is one of the comments that I've got on the chat. All right. So I just want to make sure I was talking to the right audience. Okay. So what I want to let you know is that you're not alone. Please don't take it personally. Let me say that one more time. You're not alone. Do not take it personally when somebody gives you a price objection or is surprised by your pricing. Because I want you to think for a second. Before you got into balloons, did you know how hefty the price tag could be? Right? And even now that you're in balloons, are you sometimes shocked by seeing the amount of money that other balloon professionals charge? Okay. It's not uncommon. And so what I want to let you know is if you never get a price objection, then your prices are too low. I'm going to say that one more time. If you never get a price objection, your prices are too low. So that's a little challenge I'm going to put out there to you. And I see a comment here that says, I've even given them options and still be denied. And you know what? That's okay. Not everyone is our customer. Let me say that one more time. Let you know right now, it is okay for people to say, this is not in my budget. How much? I can't do that. And then let them walk away gracefully. It's okay. Not every single person on the planet is your client. And I remember in the days when I first started my business, my husband's a teacher in Florida, so doesn't get paid well. And our daughter was 4, and I had quit my job as a case manager. So I needed to make the same amount of money that I was making as a case manager for us to be able to pay our bills, keep the electric on, all that good stuff. And so I at times would go after anything because I just needed money. And then I would realize that sometimes I was losing money because I gave them too great of a deal because I felt like I had to land everyone. So that made me really quick when I started looking at the numbers and realizing how much time I spent and how much product I bought, that it wasn't worth doing the job and it actually cost me money. It was an expensive learning experience, right? So I want to just let you know right now, it's okay for sometimes for people to say no, but there's ways for you to have power to get more people to say yes. So here we go. Are you ready? So I want you to increase the number of sales you close. And part of that is by being able to be a problem solver, for you to build trust with people, for you to educate your clients, and by offering solutions that meet your clients' needs. So one of the things that you want to do is make sure that from the get-go, you're educating your client, and don't do it rudely, right? Like, you should know this. but you want to just be positive and interactive with people. Clients don't know what they don't know. And several of you onto this training may be newer to the industry or been in the industry a while, but not gone on to other websites or maybe not been in training that shows you real numbers. So one I'm going to put in here real quick for you is balloonplanet.com. So balloonplanet.com. And I'm just going to pull this out just to show you guys a picture real quick, because I encourage people to do their homework and know what other pricing is to be able to make you feel more confident in your pricing, right? So if you go to balloonplanet.com, this can be homework for you later on, is to go in and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to purchase this bouquet right here. Seems like an economy one for $79, right? So I'm going to purchase this, and let's go ahead and let's see if I can get it delivered to myself. I might not. I don't know if we have anybody offering this area. Hey, they can. Excellent. So there's somebody that's going to do it. So I'm going to add this to my cart, and it's customized. So I'm going to be able to put mark on it. All right. I'm going to add it to my cart. And now what I'm doing with this is I'm purposely doing it so that we can see what the pricing is to have it delivered by a certain time. And for some reason, my computer is locking up and not letting me add it in. Okay, so it's always fun when you're in the middle of a live training, it doesn't work. So what I want you to do though is act like you're sending something to yourself or to a friend in their zip code, and then go and look and see what the pricing is for the time of day that you asked for the delivery. And sometimes you will be shocked at how big the prices are. But what I want you to see here is they have balloon garlands. So if you're like, Joette, I'm not sure how much people get paid for a 12-foot swag of organic. Well, you know what? Right there, $299. 15 foot, $375. Now your pricing may be a little bit lower than that, or your pricing might be a lot higher than that, depending on where you live. But this is like an average that's across the United States. And then you can say, all right, well, what other options do people have? Oh, well, they can get balloon columns, right? And look, an 8-foot column that has a 3-foot topper on it, the total is 8 feet, is $200. All right. So you can see some of this pricing right up top. All right. All right. And so if you're trying it in your area and there's nobody available, then just try another zip code. Like look up Chicago, look up Jacksonville, Florida, look up one of the other bigger cities around, what their zip code is, and then you can throw it in there and you'll be able to see pricing. So look up a bigger city in your state if you don't find it in your area. But what's great is now you can look at this and see some base pricing for columns and arches and other decor pieces. The reason I'm asking you to look at this is a company that people from across the United States are members of. And it's kind of like being a florist where they have like FTD that kind of helps do the marketing and get people to you. So what happens is there is a small percentage of this fee that goes back to Balloon Planet for capturing all this information. But this order comes right into your computer as a balloon professional and you get this job. And what I found from several of my friends who do Balloon Planet is they became really surprised at how many arches and columns they were getting from people ordering from them online. Why? Because in the world we live in today, everybody wants things to be easy and they want to be able to buy online. So if you look at this and you're kind of shocked by some of the prices, these aren't made up. These are real prices that people are getting paid. So I hope that that helps give you a little boost of confidence to be assertive when you say your prices, okay? And so what you could even do is just use this pricing for right now and just say, hi, Mrs. Jones, yes, for that 10-foot column with the star on top, that'll just be $250 each. So to put 4 of them on the dance floors for your prom, it'll be $1,000 plus our delivery, takedown, and strike, because at the end of the evening, we're environmentally friendly, and we're going to come back and we're going to remove all that product from the dance for you, so you don't have to worry about any of the cleanup. And then we recycle and reuse the framing from that event for someone else to be environmentally friendly and not throw things away, right? So now what we've done is we've made it sound really good and we've practiced confidently saying the pricing. So again, if you still don't have all your pricing structures figured up yet, just go and look at what some of these prices are for the things that your clients ask you for most, and just get used to saying these numbers. So they have the centerpieces, they've got what they call kites. If you don't have helium, then don't worry about the helium stuff. But go in there and look at the different things that they have that are things that you do, and then get confident saying those words. All right. So I wanted to give you a resource that you could look at to help you be knowledgeable outside of just your pricing. All right. Are you guys with me on that? The other thing that I want to share with you is in our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, which everyone is welcome to join. It's an investment of $97 a month. And I've had people tell me that they wish they would have joined much sooner because they had no idea what the value was that was in this program. But one of the things that we talk about is having your prices up front for people to see it. One of the questions I put on your worksheet was, should we publish our pricing? Should we put it out there for the public to see? Well, Balloon Planet does it, and that helps people order, right? Because they're able to pick the thing they want. And then I often talk about some of my best friends in the balloon industry who do $500,000 to $1 million of sales a year, and they put their pricing up on their website. And why do they do that? Why would you want to waste your time going back and forth with a price shopper? If you have the pricing up front, then it's not a surprise to people when you quote them. So within our pricing guides, one of the things that people can do is prepare for the different holidays that are coming up or the different seasons. And I can also do things that are for organic versus classic. So that's what I wanted to show you, is one of our new ones that we have. That is our organic versus the classic designs. So when I tell you to go ahead and show people the comparisons of things, this helps up front. And I know one of our people had typed in that sometimes even when they show them other options, they still don't land the deal. And that just means that person was not your customer, and it's okay. Just move on to the next person that will be. So in this template, what's great is it shows you like, hey, here is our organic designs and here is our classic designs. Now this pricing is based on Vincennes, Indiana, where our marketing mentor, Liz Romani, is from, right? So what this does for you is it shows you, like right now, everybody's loving these backdrops with the greenery, right? So it's saying, hey, our columns are $150 each. So for the balloons in this picture, it's $300. Or if you're wanting a demi arch that's really extravagant and has a lot of balloons, that's $500. So what you're doing is you're showing them, here's something for $500 and here's something at $150 each. So that's $300, so about half the price. So it's giving your client a option, and it helps empower them to make a decision. That if they look at that $500 and go, $500 for balloons, that's too much, but oh, $300, I can do that. All right. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just get one. I'm on a really tight budget. If I can just do 150, do you do budgets that small? And that gives your client something to ask for, right? And then this shows them it without it being in that backdrop, and showing them some other ways that it might look for them if they're like, oh, I don't need that green backdrop. And then other things that they can do in a backdrop is have some strands of linking balloons, or maybe have a smaller organic display that has some fringe on it. Other times they're possibly going to want that classic arch, and by showing them, if we make it an 8x8, a 10x10, or a 12x12, it lets them know what those different prices are depending on size. So at first, if they said, oh, I want a larger one that's 12x12, and they're like, ooh, 400's a little bit over my price range, well, they can look at, oh, it's okay, I can still do a smaller one at 8x8, and that $300 is in my budget. or they're sending that picture, that really pretty organic with all the different foils on it. Sure, we'll be glad to do that for you, and it's anywhere between $600 and $800. Now it gives that client a really easy way to see what their options are. And if you're a person that doesn't like clip art, if you don't want to use these templates, use your own pictures and put up your classic column and your classic arch, and then put your organic designs there. But don't be afraid to show people what it is that you can do for them. All right. And so that's why in our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, we make it so easy for people to be able to use our editable templates, change the colors out, and teach them how to work with Canva, is because I feel really strongly about when you go through the structures of pricing for profit, and then you're able to show this to your client, it empowers you, number one, to know the pricing to say, right? So you're not stumbling over your words. And number two, it allows your customer a visual of what their options is, and it makes it really easy for them, because confused buyer never purchases. So if you're throwing out way too many ideas at them, they're going to become overwhelmed and not buy. But if you make it really streamlined and really easy for them to choose, they're going to be more likely to pick things out from you. So what I want to do is let you guys ask me some questions at where we're at so far. Because I know sometimes I can keep going and going. And so I want to make sure if there's a question that you have for me currently about what I have covered so far, feel free to open up your mic and ask, or go ahead and ask in the chat. One question that came up was, how much is that fee for Balloon Planet? And I don't do Balloon Planet, so I'm not positive, but you can, my friend Belinda Barrier with Balloon and Event Construction Company can help you out with that. So you can always email me, joette@ballooncoach.com, after this, and I'll be glad to get that information and hook the two of you guys up. All right. Any other questions currently, guys? Feel free to open up your mic and make a comment or ask a question. Type it into the chat if you're too shy to open up your mic. All right, then I must be doing a good job. If you have questions, just let me know. So we sell what we share. I talk about this time and time again. If you are like, Joette, I keep getting no's, right? Or nobody knows what we do. Well, then you need to show them what you do. And so you can start with the editable templates if you don't have pictures of your own balloon work. But then as you are creating balloons and there's certain things that you absolutely love to do, then put that stuff out into the world. Put that on your website. And if you don't have a website yet, so I'd love for you guys to just chat in there for me. In the chat, I would like you to say, yes, I have a website, or no, I don't. And if it's yes, that you do have one, do you have e-commerce? Are people able to actually purchase from you currently directly off your website? And it's okay if they can't. I just want to know where we're at. So if you answer yes, I have a website, then you can also say yes twice, like yes, they can order online. Or you can say yes, I have a website, and no, I don't have ordering online, or you can spell that out. So be interesting. Yes, no e-commerce, no website yet, just social media. I have one, but I don't have e-commerce. All right, have a website, no online ordering. All right, okay, cool. That way I just know where you guys are at. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have that website so that you have great search engine optimization so the people in your area can find you, okay? And then over time, I encourage you to then look into having some e-commerce for some of those things that are easier for people to order in advance. And the cool thing with automation is you can set it up where they have to order it 48 hours in advance or a week in advance if you don't feel like you can do it, within 24 hours. And my question was, is it better to have e-commerce? The thing that helps you with e-commerce is you don't have to have the back and forth with people. So that's like why there's Balloon Planet, right? There's a lot of people these days who, myself included in my family, especially during the time when we were closed down and in our houses and not going out, everything is now delivered to our door, right? Like you can have your toilet paper delivered, you can have your food delivered, you can have anything you think of that you ever need, selfie sticks for recording pictures, everything can get delivered right to your house, and you can just look it up online. So many times the balloon companies that go ahead and take that extra step of putting items online, it's able to capture some of those people that may have like small to medium budgets, that they're just going to go ahead and take care of it all themselves. Select that I want an 8-foot column, I want it in purple and white, I want the spiral pattern, and I want it to be customized with my daughter's name, Marley 22, on it, right? So I can go ahead and do all of that. And while you as a business owner and your team are sleeping, that client can go on and place that order. And then you can set automation up. It's something they can do within 24 hours. Again, 48 hours, it has to be ordered a week in advance. I'm not saying tomorrow go out and put automation in. I'm just saying it's a way to make things easier for your customer to make those purchases. All right. So the number one is having the website so that you can do your search engine optimization and that you can put your own photos from the venues you've worked at. So that does two things for you, right? If you're able to put up pictures of your own work, that builds trust with people of like, wow, that's really cool stuff that they do. And then if it's done in your area where they can see pictures of like, oh, that's the park that has the pavilion where I'm doing Johnny's 5th birthday, or hey, that's the community swimming pool where I want to have Susie's 12th birthday, or oh, that's the country club where we're having the Sweet 16, or oh my goodness, that's the civic center where we're going to do my in-laws 50th anniversary. People love to see the buildings that they're going to be having decor at, or the places around them that they're familiar with. So as you grow your business, make sure to take those pictures from your phone and put them onto your website so people can see the things that they're familiar with. And also, don't be afraid to put yourself in the pictures with your balloon work, because that helps, especially in social media, for people to see your smiling face, because people want to buy from people. They want to buy from a small business rather than a large conglomerate a lot of times, right? So I encourage you guys to put those pictures out of yourself and your work over time. So we sell what we share, get it out there on your website, update things if you haven't in a while. And then the steps to help increase your sales is I'm going to answer some of these top FAQs that came in as I was getting ready for this class. I've built a brand of creating luxury organic balloon designs, the big flowy designs, right? Is it okay for me to also offer classic decor? Yes. If you're a person who is only trained in organic and you've not done any classic decor yet, and you're afraid of base plates and frames, come join Mastermind for just 1 month. Give me $97, and for 30 days, you can hang out with me from September 14th to October 14th, right? And if you don't want to make that next payment on October 14th, it'd actually be October 13th. You can go ahead and put in your cancellation so you don't get charged again, and no harm, no foul, go about your way. But come hang out with me for 30 days, and you can go into our training and learn about how to do framing and base plates, how to size your balloons correctly, and have those pricing guide templates that you can share with your clients. So don't be afraid to try new things. It's okay to be known for one thing, but still offer some other services. So like with me, I have friends that are amazing bakers and they bake amazing wedding cakes, but they also do pies. All right. So in addition to these lovely cakes that are totally sculptured and can look like an ice chest with beer in it, or can look like a makeup compact and with makeup in it, they also can make pies that are just straight pies, right? So it's still in that sweets family. It's still food. It's a treat. It's a dessert, but it's different offerings. And so it's totally okay to offer different things. Is there anybody in our group with a good website? Yes, I will definitely show that to you in just one second. And then I'm also being asked, where would you add pictures to your website? So I encourage you to continually update your galleries, continually to update the pictures that are on there, and from time to time take off the old ones. So like in our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, we do have photos that you can use as your own of items that I've created in the past. Like we're getting ready for New Year's Eve and stuff. I have some balloon drops that I've done in the past that I've told people, go ahead and grab these and use them on your website if you need to grab attention, or in your pricing guides. I'm okay with that for those that are in my group. and are in my program. But then after you go do yours and you've sold them, then you need to take that picture down of mine, and you need, because you paid to have the access to my picture, by the way, you don't just steal somebody else's picture online. But after you've got your own photos of the balloon drops, now that's what you replace and put online. So now people can see, oh, that's the such and such hotel for New Year's Eve. That's awesome. I can trust these people to come do my balloons at my high school because they did it at that real fancy hotel. They can definitely do the balloon drop for me. So to continue answering that question, I'm asking about a good website to look at. So one of my friends in the industry that I typically use is, well, first I'm going to go ahead and show you, yeah, I'll show you hers. Balloon and Event Construction Company. All right. So Balloon and Event Construction Company is in Jacksonville, Florida. One of our instructors for Balloon Boss Summit, her name is Belinda Barrier. She has been the owner of this company for 21 years. And her website is beautiful. Her son went to school for business and website design and has done her website. So they are in Jaguar territory. So like that first image of the Jaguar is one of the images off of our templates. And then she's getting ready for breast cancer awareness for October. And then she's got her grab and go garlands, which many of you guys know Sarah Meyer, that really has helped make the grab and go garlands really popular. She'll be teaching her system at Balloon Boss Summit in November also. And then these are beautiful balloons that she has that are in her colors for Balloon and Event Construction Company. So it's giving me action statements and what I should go do, right? And so now I know, okay, I can go get this sculpture. I can go get this balloon display, right? I can go ahead and order it right now online and grab it and put it into my cart and go. So this shows you what she has just in that one section. And then there's other sections there for other things. So I highly encourage you guys to either get good at using the Canva templates and be able to have the art here. It works great. Or you can also do it where you're actually ordering from the event decor, like in the arches. And then the other thing that she's got here is her Instagram photos. So her most recent stuff is following through here. And then the other thing that's cool that she'll be teaching at Balloon Boss Summit is on how to make catalogs, how to use technology to take the pictures that you already have to be able to sell to your clients. And so she does her catalogs by different holidays like prom, graduation, senior nights, organic, arches, neon balloons, and more. And so what makes it great is the client can go right in and see exactly what she does. And so she has taken her photos from her business, and now her client can just flip through the catalog and see exactly how she orders, knows what the pricing is, and is able to make those purchases. So it makes it really nice. So just another kind of cool concept to show you how people are going to buy when they have easy access to see what you do. All right, so great question, Katie. That is one that you guys can go back to, balloonandevents.com, Balloon Construction Company in Jacksonville, Florida. She is an excellent
I have a
place
quick
to look at
question.
your website. Yes.
Does she use 17? So I'm just like getting started with 17 hats and putting the automation in. I use Shopify for like my helium bouquets.
Right.
Is she using all 17? Do you know?
No,
Is she
she's
using...
she's actually using Dubsado because she has a team that she wants to have access her stuff where so for those of you who are not familiar with customer management systems, 17 Hats is one that Sarah Meyer talks a lot about and loves because she runs her business as a small business from home and basically just needing like one user to be able to be on there. I mean, yes, you can get help and let them log into your account, but Dubsado lets it set up where you can have multiple users into your account. And so the way that Belinda has built her business is she's got a virtual assistant who's actually taking care of all that automation for her and responding to all those emails from the clients through Dubsado and answering the phones for her now. So her team has been able to put that together for her. So that's kind of the difference between those two programs. But yes, she's got it set up. So now when they order it, it kicks back and all the automation goes there. And then also with her son being a web developer, he's been able to use some other things that help all of the computer stuff talk to each other. And number one thing I want to let you guys know is I am not a computer expert. I hired somebody to build my website for BalloonCoach.com, and I have them continue to do automation for me. And then the company that I sold Party People events had their website built by Belinda's son also for their updates. So there's some tech that I kind of understand, but other tech that I totally stay away from. But I always encourage people to reach out to somebody else that's got some tech experience to help them through parts of that. So I hope that helped, Katie. And definitely hang out with Belinda's son while you're at Summit. All right, so one person is saying, make sure you watermark your photos. A friend of mine discovered today that a picture of hers that she took in her vehicle with a balloon is being copied and cropped out of other people. Here's the thing, that used to be a deal where people said, go ahead and watermark everything you do and make sure you do it. But the thing is with the way technology is today, so many people can go over it. So I had spent a ton of time watermarking all of my photos. And then I had people from other companies grab my photos and just put things over. And like there were times when you could still see my logo and then their logo was on top of it. So it was kind of comical. But yes, you can watermark, but if you do watermark, I ask you to do it tastefully so that it doesn't look nasty. And I'll show you what I mean by that real quick. We'll go back to her. Let's go into her photos. See if I can see it on here. That's her Instagram, so it doesn't have the watermark. If we go under her Facebook, I think I'll see it. So bottom line, what I'm saying, in today's day and age, some people do not worry about it as much because it can just be, people can scrape it off basically. I went to the wrong thing, sorry. You would think I'd have this saved in here by now. All right, there we go. So with her pictures that are online, sometimes they have a watermark and sometimes they don't. So it's one of those things that, you know, with a lot of the way the internet is set up now too, is a lot of times when people click on the picture, you're actually going to get things that are come up and it's going to let you know where it came from. But what I love here is she's got a colorful logo, but what she does is she takes that white box and she fades out the back so you can still see that it's Balloon and Bit Construction Company, but it's not huge. And I've seen people make their watermark as big as these people, and then it takes away from the beautiness of the photo. And what you're trying to do is grab people's attention and have them have that feel of, oh my gosh, look how excited they are to have the confetti fly and to know it's a girl. You know, that's what you want people to get from your pictures. You want them to have the emotion of, oh, I want to buy that too. And then what's nice is by doing the watermark, they can go, oh, I'm going to get that from Balloon and Event Construction Company. So if somebody does, like a friend wants to grab that picture and share it with them, by doing the watermark, it helps people know where the pictures are coming from. But I always tell people, progress over perfection. I would rather you get photos out on social media than not get your photos out because you don't know how to watermark. But that's a really great tip. And yeah, it's okay not to watermark anything. A lot of people don't. And then another person saying that she always makes her watermark smaller, but slightly over a part of the balloon so it can't be cropped out without cutting out the balloons. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to do that. And a lot of times people will watermark within Canva or with using PicMonkey or another tool on their phone. So great. Well, you have gotten a lot of information this evening that's in addition to what I had in the original notes, which is always great because that's part about masterminding, is people asking questions and us answering them. I'm going to go ahead and go through a couple more of these FAQs that people had asked me prior to the conversation. Feel free to open up your mic if you have another question or comment related to that. And then in just a minute, for those of you who are on live with me, we'll turn off the recording and we'll make it where you can do other open questions outside of this topic. So a question is, what do I say when a client sends me an inspiration photo of an over-the-top organic that they wish for me to recreate, but have a budget for just like half the cost of the design? You guys saw the answer, right? The answer is share classic designs that you can do that will fill the space with the color without breaking their budget. And now you become the hero because you give them a solution to their problem. It also can be is that you might look at the venue and say, you know what, instead of a large organic right there, what's really going to look is we can color this entire space with topiary balls hanging from the ceiling with magnets. And that's going to look beautiful with these balloons cascading through the space to give you color everywhere rather than just one location. So being able to paint a picture for the clients and suggest what's going to look best in that area is great. And we did a class on that the other day in my mastermind program on kind of like how you look at a venue and give them different tips. And over time, you'll build the confidence for doing that. How do I ask a potential client for their budget without it offending them? This is one of the top things that I hear people in mastermind say they have a hard time doing, is asking people their budget. And I understand because sometimes people are private about money, right? But they're calling you for a service. So why would you want to waste your time doing this elaborate quote for them if they only have $100 and what they really want is a $2,000 item? So if you create forms online that's like, contact us, we'd love to work with you today. Get on our calendar now. Here's 3 simple questions you fill out: name, email address, and phone number. And then your automation sends them another thing. When's your event? What's the theme? How much is your budget? And put budget ranges, right? When I'm on the phone with people, I say, Mrs. Jones, oh, I'm looking forward to giving you a quote about your daughter's Sweet 16. What is your budget? Oh, I really don't know. Oh, okay. Well, what is it that you liked about what I did? And she tells me, I'm like, okay, great. I work with people typically at that venue in a range from this to this. So typically at that venue, people spend anywhere from $500 to over $10,000 for their balloons, depending on how extravagant you want to go with it. $10,000 for balloons? I had no idea. Yes, ma'am. Actually, we have some clients that we've even done like $25,000 and $30,000 installations for. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you could do that with balloons. Yes, ma'am. So again, I don't want to get your hopes up and give you designs that are outside of the scope of what you want to spend. Is there a certain budget that you guys have allocated for decor? Well, not totally, but I think my husband would kill me if I do over $1,000. Okay, so I will go ahead and give you some ideas for $1,000 for that venue to make Amy's Sweet 16 look amazing. Now what I've done is I've been able to make her not feel bad about what her price is, but I've also let her know the possibilities, because you know what? You never know when that person on the other end of the phone has $10,000 they want to spend or $20,000. I can't tell you how many times I get people from Mastermind sending me a message like, Joette, we just got our first $10,000 job, or oh my gosh, they just did 15,000. Oh, I don't even know how I'm going to do all this. You know, it's exciting when you get there. Now, there's a lot of other things that take to plan for a job that size, but I'm letting you know that there are jobs like that. So it's okay to tell people within your frames, okay, well, Mrs. Jones, we have a minimum to leave our workshop of $300. Oh, well, only $50. Is there any way I can pick it up? Of course, Miss Jones, we can go ahead and make you that simple piece that you would like, and you can pick it up and put it in the back of your car. That's not a problem at all. Don't make them feel belittled about it, but if you have a retail space and they can come pick up something for under $300, then just inform them that, and you make some money in the process. But the last thing you want to do is have taken all the time to give her a $2,000 quote when she only has $50 to spend as a pickup. All right. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your client's time. Just cut to the chase and ask the question. And then when should I ask a client their budget? From the start. Again, why waste your time? Now, there are some times that people honestly say, I don't know, because they honestly don't know. They may work for a corporation and have no idea that the corporation has $15,000 sitting there that they've got to spend before the end of the year. And then other times they're really well aware of that and they've got the numbers and they're like, hey, you can go all out for this end of the year banquet for our employees because we've got $15,000 that if we don't spend it, we lose it. So please spend all $15,000. All right. So asking those questions from the start are important, and then giving them some ranges so that then they can check. And then you can always ask them, okay, well, if you don't know how much the budget is, who does? When can you find out by so that I can give you the right quotes? And while you're finding that out, here's a price sheet I'm going to email over to you of some more basic common designs for the theme that you're talking about. So you can look at that a little bit and talk to the people that have access to the money, and then let me know what you would like me to do a quote for you guys. So again, is it okay to have pricing on your website and social media? Yes, because that saves you time from having the bargain shoppers call you, because you don't want to be the cheapest in town, because if you're the cheapest in town, you're working too hard. All right. Let me say that again. If you're the cheapest in town, you're working too hard. You want to at least charge what the other person does, if not more. And then how do I price for profit? Well, that question we will be talking about on Tuesday, September 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so go ahead and set that on your calendar as a reminder. Tuesday, September 20th at 8 p.m. is going to be our training on how to price for profit. And I'm going to show you some calculations on overhead and how to really look at your numbers. And if you happen to track how much money comes into your business and how much goes out in supplies, that's going to help you put you one step further. So I'm going to go ahead and read the comments. And then if you have another question related to this topic, you can go ahead and ask it before we wrap this up. So Mariana is saying her biggest mistake is that question, to forget to ask them about what they want to spend. Tabitha said, Joette encourages me to mention a number. It's scary, but definitely helps narrow down what the client is willing to spend. So yeah, if you have a hard time with numbers, again, go back to balloonplanet.com, look at what their pricing is, and you can charge more than they do if you wish, but at least gives you a base number to know this is real money that people are spending across the United States on balloons. And now if I can just stand in front of the mirror or sit at my desk and just practice saying those prices. Yes, Mrs. Jones, we would love to do 4 of those columns at $250 each. So the dance floor will just be $1,000 plus our delivery and takedown. So the total will be to get you reserved on our calendar that's filling up quick, we need you to pay now. So I'm going to show you another resource real quick that I didn't put on your notes. And that is at BalloonCoach.com. In my mastermind dashboard, if you're already a mastermind member paying the $97 a month, you can go in and do quote to cash here, because that's the one that's set up for my members. All right, it's set up just a teeny bit different than my free version, but I honestly took that training out and I put it on my homepage. So for anybody who's still concerned about making that investment in Balloon Boss Mastermind, it's just not in your budget quite yet, then I want you to go kick the tires. And on my homepage at BalloonCoach.com, I want you to join the 5-day quote to cash challenge. You click right here where it says learn more. And what happens is you put in your email address, and over the next 5 days, I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to send you an email that gives you a very short video to watch. Again, it's taken right from my mastermind program. And I'm going to give you a PDF to give you homework of something to look at. And look at your sales system. If right now you feel rejected often when you give people a quote and they ghost you, then go through these 5 days of training and see if there's something in your current system that you can tweak just a little bit and make a change. All right. Now, the one thing I do want to say as a caveat is back when I recorded that, it's a while ago, I used to deal with a lot of homecomings and proms that would have like $3,000 to $6,000 to spend. So I would allow them to give me a deposit of half and then do the final payment like the week in advance, or some of our schools have to do it the day of the event when we're doing it. And again, it's school boards I've worked with for years. But that doesn't mean that a person who's spending $200 should give you a deposit and then a final payment, because that's too much bookkeeping. Nowadays, most people that I know are getting their corporate clients even to pay them in full for $10,000 and $20,000 events. So that's just the one little caveat I want to say about there, that when I talk about, do you want to go ahead and pay half now and then the final later? I encourage you just to go get all the money up front now, so you don't have to have any of that extra bookkeeping time and that hassle to go back and collect your money. But it's great information to help you tweak some of your systems. So I encourage you to look at that. And the last thing that I want to do is, in our BalloonCoach page is Balloon Boss Summit. And Balloon Boss Summit is coming up November 6th through the 10th in Orlando. And what's awesome is you're invited to sit at the table. We have people who went from $200,000 businesses to $400,000 businesses. I have people who are at $500,000. I have people who are at $750,000. I have people who run $1 million businesses that are going to be at that event as instructors on the stage, and then throughout the week, mentors at the table, learning side by side with you. And I have seen people who are actually on this training tonight and other people, businesses take off and soar because of the conversations and the relationships that they built there, hearing about the behind the scenes stuff from other people's businesses. We only allow 100 people to sit in the room with our 25 instructors and mentors. So it keeps it small and intimate, and you're able to eat lunch with those instructors throughout the week and really be able to pick their brains, or go sit out by the pool deck and enjoy some relaxation in the evening. And I encourage you, if you are feeling lost and alone on this journey, and you're really wanting to have an experience that can totally change the way you look at your business, I encourage you to come to Summit. We have 7 seats left. So you go to BalloonCoach.com, you click on Summit, you go to the bottom. Yes, it is $19.97 because we provide lunch every day, which costs me $50 a person plus tax. So that's where that price tag comes from. And the fact that we have so many mentors that I'm paying for their hotel rooms, their travel, and everything. But it allows you to be there Sunday through Thursday for an awesome experience. And if you're in my mastermind program, you do get $300 off. So just throwing that out there. If it's something that's been on the fence that you've been thinking about, get off the fence and come join us so we can help you become more confident in quoting these prices to your clients and telling them what they need when they call you. So wanted to just share that information with you. So are there any questions right now about telling people your prices, putting those prices out there, being the expert, and just telling them confidently what they need?
I have a story.
All right, share us your story. And is it okay that I'm recording it still?
Yes, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yes.
So basically, I've been getting people to reach out, and this one man, he called and we was talking, and he was like, my budget is $650. I want a princess theme. So I was like, okay, let me see what I have where I can show you what it be in your budget. So he called. I said, give me about 30, 40 minutes. He called back in 40 minutes. I haven't seen any pictures. And I said, yes. The problem is I'm making sure that I stay in your budget and that I'm giving you a princess thing, right? So it's taking a little bit more time. So he's like, well, I'll send you a picture of what I want. So I said, okay, fine. He sent me a picture. It was not in $650 budget range. So basically, I gave him a range like, oh, that'll run XYZ. And then I also said, well, I don't have this inventory. So thank you, right? Thank you for contacting Fabulous Balloon Events. If it's anything else I can help you with, please let me know. Because to me, this is the picture you want. You'll go find somebody that can do it for you, right?
Right.
Nope. He texts me back, what can you do? So we talk on the phone. I said, we can do the sailboard or tombstone, whatever, the curved arch, and we can do a cascade of balloons. Then we can put your child's name on it, and that will run you a little over $650, but it'll be in your budget, right? He was like, I want something 8 by 8. I want it big. I want it big. I was like, sir, that's not $650. For 8 by 8, I said my walls start at $297 and go all the way up to $597. So, and I said, and we haven't got to delivery, nothing. So I was like, that's out of your budget. Are you willing to go up? No, no, no. So he sends me other pictures, which is way out of the budget. And I was like, that will range. I always give a range. That's anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000. And I said, and I don't think that includes tax. You don't claim me on it. I'm just giving you a range.
Right.
He texted back and he was like, I can give you $650 today if you say you'll do it today. So by this time, I done got kind of frustrated and I said, thank you very much. I said, but I'm going to be very honest with you. The $650 barely covers the material. It does not pay for my time, my staff, U-Haul, or the ambience that my setup will bring to your event. I appreciate you getting in touch with Fabulous Balloon Events, but at this time, I cannot help you.
Right.
He texts back and said, well, what if I get all the stuff? Can you come set it up? So I hate to say that I did this, but I left him on silent and read, because to me, you do not value
Right.
what I'm bringing. You still trying to lowball me, and
Right.
I'm just not going to do it.
Oh my goodness. So you just have totally blocked him from your conversations?
Yes.
Cool. And so here's the thing. She stood up for herself. There are people who are going to lowball. There are people who are going to try to think, oh, well, I just do all this, you do this. You have to choose how you run your business. You have to choose what your numbers are that are profitable. And then you stick to your guns, and that no, by saying no to them, it allows you to say yes to something else. And that either means you're going to have a weekend off and get to spend time with your family and have quality downtime, or it means that the door is going to be open to say yes to somebody who's going to pay your profitable pricing to allow you make money and not work like a crazy person for nothing. So congratulations for sticking your ground. And I know it's tough. We so many times want to be a people pleaser and help people out. So congratulations on sticking up for yourself. Right. And if somebody else does it and they're trying to get their own balloons, you never know where they come from and, if they're going to be any good or not. So guys, I appreciate those of you who are on live with me tonight. Again, for those of you on the replay, make sure you download the notes. And I am going to go ahead and turn off the recording for tonight and just remind you that when you have questions about building your balloon business, if you want to join our mastermind program, it's right here on my dashboard. It says, sorry, I went onto the dashboard rather than the homepage. Right here under, sorry, I'm trying to show you something. My computer is going crazy. Under Join Mastermind, start today. If you're planning to join us, just go right on and grab your seat and be there where we get ongoing group coaching and access to all the templates and stuff. But if you're just not sure about Summit or Mastermind and you want to just talk to me, right here you can set up a 10-minute Q&A call with me, put in the date, and then you'll be on my calendar. We'll do a Zoom or a phone call and get to talk for 10 minutes to answer any questions you have. So I just wanted to invite you that is something that I do have if you have questions about our programs. And then again, if you're not in my mastermind program yet, go check out the quote to cash that's on the homepage. If you're in mastermind, go do quote to cash inside of the program, and it will help you tweak the systems you have to help more people say yes, and for you to have that less feeling of rejection. Do one thing today your future self will thank you for. And many times what that is investing in yourself and investing in your confidence to say no to the people who are not your clients, to leave room for you to say yes to the people that you want to work with.